What is up, beautiful people? Today, I wanted to try something a little bit different. A couple weeks back, I did a video talking about how I invested $700,000 into a specific stock. I'll put that video right here. And then a week later, I did another video where I invested $20,000 into a specific cryptocurrency. And it seemed like you guys really enjoyed those types of videos that are a little longer, a little more personal, talking about my specific investments. So today I thought we'd do something similar. And so I had about $17,000 extra sitting in one of my Robinhood accounts that wasn't invested, it was just in cash. So what I did is I just invested that into a new crypto. It's something that we talked about quite a bit on the channel, but I wanted to break down 3 specific reasons why I just invested more into it, even though we're seeing a massive bull run in basically every single crypto out there. Basically anyone you pick, it's going through the roof. We're seeing prices skyrocket. So even though we're seeing that, I still think this is an absolute great investment to make. I personally did it myself. And so if you enjoy these sort of videos that are a little longer, a little more personal, where I talk about specific investments I'm making, well, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know that you like these. Also, like the video and subscribe to my channel. So today we're going to talk about Ethereum. Ethereum is quickly approaching that $4,000 per coin range. And I'm getting a lot of comments as like, ooh, I don't know. Should I invest in Ethereum? It's already a pretty high price. It had a massive bull run. Maybe I should wait. That's what I've been seeing a lot. People are a little concerned about putting more money into Ethereum because the price has been skyrocketing. Right now, it is quickly approaching $4,000 per coin. In the last couple of hours, it has reached $3,900 per coin. All-time high was $3,962 per coin. That's an all-time high by far. And a lot of people are getting a little worried about it, but me personally, I'm not worried at all. I just put $17,000, just about $17,000. I'm going to pop that up on the screen right here. You can see it says average cost was $3,200 per coin. So I just purchased this. Right now it's at $17,600. So it's up about, it's up a little bit from where I bought it, but I just recently put this money in because I had extra money lying around. Anyways, there's 3 reasons that I want to go over today. The first is going to be with ETFs, Ethereum ETFs, not only in Canada, but also in the US. A lot of important things going on here that people aren't talking about that I want to address. Second thing I'm going to talk about is with ETH 2.0. ETH 2.0 is quickly going to be updated to ETH 2.0. There's a lot of important changes that are going to take place that could have dramatic impacts on not only the Ethereum blockchain, but also institutional investors actually wanting to put money into Ethereum. I think it's going to cause tens of billions of dollars more to pour in from institutional investors once these changes take place. And the third thing I want to talk about is settled transactions on the platform, on the Ethereum blockchain, because this is really important. Ethereum has had more amounts settled in transactions than any other platform out there, significantly more than Bitcoin. It surpassed Bitcoin back in Q1 of this year. So those are 3 things I want to go over. And at the end of the video, I'm also going to address another crypto that I've been eyeing for a while now. I've never mentioned it on this channel. It's not Dogecoin, not Ethereum, not Cardano, not Bitcoin, nothing I've ever mentioned on this channel, but I think it has a lot of potential, and make sure to stick around until the end so you guys can hear about that crypto a bit more. But anyways, let's get into the first piece of information I want to talk about, which is the Ethereum ETFs. So there have already been 4 Ethereum ETFs that have been approved in Canada. The first one, 3 of them were actually approved on the same day, and they were the Purpose Investments Ethereum ETF, CI Global Asset Management Ethereum ETF, and the Evolve Ethereum ETF. Those were all approved a couple weeks back on April 16th, 2021. And just recently, we had a 4th ETF called the 3IQ CoinShares Ether ETF. So that is important. Canada has usually been ahead of the US in terms of getting these Ethereum ETFs passed. It's a pretty big deal because it's going to push the US along into actually getting theirs passed, because they don't want to be behind Canada. They don't want to be second place. They want to make sure they are being innovative, staying ahead of the curve, and getting these passed. Right now, the US doesn't have any crypto ETFs. There's been a lot of regulations in place, a lot of people and companies pushing to get Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs passed. And right now it's looking like Vanek Associates Corp, they just kicked off a new push to actually get an Ethereum ETF passed. And this is a big deal because US regulators have yet to approve any crypto ETF, even though there are about 11 of them that have been, applied and looking for approval right now. There's about 11 that are in the process of looking to get approved by the SEC. So SEC has not approved any of these yet, and nine of them have filed just since the end of 2020. So since the beginning of this year, there have been 9 new crypto ETFs that have been applied for, that have trying to get approval, but have failed to do so just yet. But right now, with Canada getting 4 approved already, I think we're going to soon see the US approve crypto ETFs. There's a couple things they're worried about, such as the volatility of Bitcoin, of Ethereum. They want to make sure that they want to control risk. They don't want there to be so much risk in investors' portfolios, and they're concerned about that. So that's why they've been a little bit wary to approve it. Also, since they are, Ethereum and Bitcoin are not regulated, concerned about that as well, and a couple of other things. But I think with Canada getting theirs approved and continuing to add more, I think that's going to influence the U.S. into getting theirs approved even faster. They have been speaking for a while now and talking about how we should see one approved by the end of this year. And once we get one, I think we're going to see a whole bunch of Ethereum ETFs approved. And this is important because once Ethereum ETFs are approved, well, then we're going to see a lot more institutions, whether that's ETFs, whether that's investment banks. We're going to see them start pouring billions of dollars into these ETFs. We've already seen this with Grayscale Bitcoin Trust and Grayscale Ethereum Trust. There's a lot of companies who invest directly into those. But, there's a difference between the trusts and the ETFs. So I think once we see these ETFs approved, it's going to encourage more regular Fortune 500 companies, more just standard companies that aren't tech companies, to actually invest in Ethereum. That's a pretty big deal. The second thing I want to talk about is ETH 2.0, Ethereum 2.0. And there's a couple of big upgrades that are taking place with this. The first is going to be the biggest, the most obvious one that people have talked about, which is moving from proof of work to a proof of work system to a proof of stake. And the POS system will be introduced on what's called the Beacon chain, which will allow the decentralized Ethereum network to come to agreement and keep the network secure, but avoid high energy use by requiring a financial commitment. And this is a pretty big deal. We see that Bitcoin is still on proof of work, and moving over to proof of stake is a big change, but an important one that Ethereum is making. In addition to this, ETH 2.0 is also going to address 2 big issues that the Ethereum system has right now. The first is with gas fees. Gas fees are very high. This is a prominent issue with Ethereum right now, and one of the many reasons why other cryptos are being able to take away market share from Ethereum in the decentralized finance space. So right now, the gas fees are very high, and the other thing is that the transaction speed. So right now, the Ethereum blockchain can only process 30 transactions per second. ETH 2.0, on the other hand, will be able to handle 100,000 transactions per second. And by doing so, this will allow Ethereum to scale globally and be able to scale to globally useful levels. Because if they're not able to handle enough transactions per second, it just isn't as practical for the whole entire world on a global scale. You need to be able to handle thousands of transactions per second. So that is a big change, both to the fees, gas fees, and with the transactions per second. In addition to this, with regards to ETH 2.0, once this is put in place, once we see ETH 2.0 and the proof of stake instead of proof of work, one big change that's going to happen is that the shift to proof of stake block validation actually reduces carbon emissions by 99.9%, making Ethereum a green technology. And this relates back to the first thing we spoke about, which was Ethereum ETFs, institutions investing. The big important thing to talk about here is that if when ETH 2.0 happens, it's going to reduce carbon emissions by 99%. And this is important because a lot of companies have certain requirements of investing in clean energy, green technology, things like that, because they're trying to shift from, they're trying to be net zero carbon emission companies, whether that's, the U.S. government, which has made that a goal, or it's just a company. They want to be more better for the environment. And by investing in a crypto that is also a green technology is very, very important, because right now, Bitcoin, on the one hand, consumes so much energy. It consumes more energy than entire countries do just by mining the Bitcoin. And this has been an issue issue that a lot of people have talked about, a lot of people are concerned about, especially people like environmentalists, very concerned about this. On the other hand, Ethereum with this new upgrade will no longer be an issue in terms of energy consumption with the environment because it's going to reduce carbon emissions by 99.9%. And if you're a company that's looking to get exposure to crypto and still invest in like green technology, clean energy, well, by investing in Ethereum after the upgrade, it's going to be very, very, I think we're going to see a lot more companies simply invest in Ethereum over Bitcoin just because of the carbon emissions and how it will be reducing carbon emissions with this new upgrade, because it's very important to companies. They are constantly looking to become better for the environment. They can tell their investors, they're investing in companies that are green technology companies that are good for the environment. So I think with that change, it's going to encourage a lot of companies to put money in Ethereum over Bitcoin. And finally, the third thing I want to go over is with settled transactions. So Ethereum had a total of $1.5 trillion in settled transactions in Q1 of 2021. And this is something that is just mind-blowing to think of. $1.5 trillion worth of transactions, like $1.5 trillion were settled on the platform in Q1 alone of this year. It was more than any other crypto out there. Ethereum had the most settled transactions out of any platform out there, any crypto out there. And that is a really big deal, because while Ethereum is the second largest crypto in terms of market cap, they're currently at $453 billion market cap. They did have the most in terms of how much money was settled on the platform, on the Ethereum blockchain, and that is a big deal. So moving forward, I think we're going to experience something called Ethereum flipping, where Ethereum surpasses Bitcoin in terms of market cap. And once we see that happen, I don't think we'll ever see Ethereum be lower than Bitcoin in terms of market cap. And in order to do that, we're going to have to see Ethereum at least around at least 2.5x where it is right now, bringing the price to right around the $10,000 per coin range. And once we see this happen, this is a major moment in crypto, because Bitcoin has always been the top dog in the crypto space, always been number one in terms of market cap, and seeing Ethereum take over it is going to solidify it, in my opinion, in the decentralized finance space, because right now Ethereum has so many more use cases than Bitcoin. And, Bitcoin is a digital gold. That's its value proposition. But Ethereum has NFTs, smart contracts, a bunch of decentralized finance applications. And this is what's going to drive its growth over the next couple of years and next couple of decades. Because Ethereum, if you're looking at it long term, it is just infinitely more valuable than Bitcoin, because in terms of what it can do versus what Bitcoin can do, you can't even compare them. So moving forward, that's why I just put it was like $17,000 into Ethereum. I showed you guys on the screen it's right now it's $17,500. I'm not worried about the short term. Like I've told you guys consistently, I put money in consistently over time. I don't worry about short-term fluctuations. Best way in my mind to invest in anything I like is just to put money in consistently over time. And if I invest in something, I'm not looking to trade it short term. I'm just looking at it. Look, this money's going in here. I'm not touching it for years to come. I believe in Ethereum. I like what they're doing, and that's why I just put more money into it. I don't care if it goes down in the short term, long term. I think it is a great platform, and I think it's going to definitely pass Bitcoin in terms of market cap. Now let's get on to the last thing I wanted to talk about, which is a coin that I've been looking at pretty closely lately, which is a potential Ethereum killer. It's a platform that has many same applications, use cases as Ethereum, and it is a major competitor to Ethereum, and that is Solana. So right now, Solana is a coin that's at $46.55 per coin. Its market cap is $12 billion, so it's much smaller than Ethereum, but I've been looking at this closely, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on it, because I'll be doing a couple of videos on it in the near future. So let me know what you guys think of Solana. The symbol for it is SOL. I really like it. It does have a potential to be one of the top 5 cryptos out there, depending on what they do over the next couple of years. But I think it has a lot of potential to really do well, and I think it could surprise a lot of people. So let me know what you guys think of these longer videos. I enjoy doing them. If you guys want to see more videos where I talk about specific investments I'm making, let me know in the comments down below, because a lot of the time I just cover news, what's going on. But if you want to hear more about me, what I'm doing with my portfolio at 22 years old, let me know, because I'm happy doing both of them. I like doing the shorter videos because I get more content out to you guys, but the longer videos are also really good as well. They have different uses. In my opinion, these are good to get out so you guys know that I'm not just talking about this stuff. I'm actually investing in it, and I think that's pretty important as well. So hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.